I would guess that there are many people who wish that they could go back in time to specific moments in their life, whether that be to relive an experience twice or to change an outcome in hopes of redirecting their path in life. And the latter perfectly encapsulates the premise of Tokyo Revengers, or Tokyo Manji Revengers if you're reading the manga. Now, I'm not exactly sure, but I would guess that this counts as an isekai. Now, for those who don't know, an isekai is a manga or anime that takes place in another world after the main character dies unexpectedly. Normally, it's by way of a big ass truck, but I digress. The story starts off with this dude, Hanagaki Takemichi, and to be honest, this dude is down bad out here. After middle school, which is like the equivalent of American high school, homie left his hometown, went and lived the most uneventful life ever. So now he's 26, sitting in his house alone, scratching his ass, watching TV. But on the TV, he finds out his childhood crush and the only woman he's ever loved got killed by the most notorious gang in Japan, the Tokyo Manji gang, or Toman for short. So not long after that, this man is getting on the train and gets pushed off the platform. But fear not, this is an isekai, remember? He gets thrown back 12 years into the past and he's back to being in middle school, being a delinquent. And typically in Japan, if your hair isn't black, you're considered a delinquent, which is why he looks like a bootleg future Gohan. Now, while he's in the past, he has to relive the day as to why he left his hometown in the first place, because just like future Gohan, Takemichi has no hands at all. Him and his future school crew get stomped figuratively and literally, and he only manages to get back to his current timeline by shaking hands with his middle school crush's brother Naoto. There's a reason for this that isn't in the first season of the anime, so I won't tell you how it works, but it makes sense. But once he gets back, he finds out that it was Naoto that saved him from the train, and from there they settle on the plan that they are going to make sure that they save Hinata with his power. And step one is getting him into the gang. So at this point, I've read the story all the way up to where I would say that I'm completely caught up with the series in terms of it being a weekly publication. And I'm completely sold on it for multiple reasons. One is I had to learn a lot about myself this past year, and one of those things is that I have a hero complex, and very much so to my detriment. And as I'm learning to change that, I see a lot of myself in Takemichi because he wants to save everyone so bad that he's willing to go through things he could easily mind his business about. But he has a love for all of these people and he does his best to help them, which more than a few times leaves him on the verge of death. The second thing is the fights are drawn and animated beautifully. You can feel the impact majority of the time you're watching this or reading this, and most times the fights aren't just fights. There's always a story behind the fight or a theme attached to the fight, and you don't typically get that with a lot of anime and manga. The third and final reason is the camaraderie of Toman. There's two characters who flip on the gang, but one did out of loyalty and immediately gets welcomed back, and the other just lost his mind, but even he eventually makes his way back. And it's the fact that these boys who really don't have anyone but each other make it their business to treat each other like family no matter what. They will literally go to hell and back for each other, and that's always a good feeling. And just like that, another video done. If you like the video, comment, subscribe, share it. Help me build, get up off the ground. If you didn't like the video, dislike the video. It's whatever. But, if you dislike the video, your mama only got one leg and can't do the cha-cha slide. I've been Oz the Alchemist. Y'all stay golden.